Hey guys, James here, back with another video. So today I've got an unboxing of this Corsair Vengeance Pro Series DDR3 RAM. And so as you can see, it's a 4 times 8 gigabyte. So there's 4 8 gigabyte RAM slot chips. I don't know, what do you call them? What do you call them? Sticks, RAM sticks. So there's 4 8 gigabyte RAM sticks, which makes up 32 gig. It is a 1600 megahertz, and it's, yeah, DDR3 Pro Series Vengeance. That's the model numbers. So I think that's the model numbers. Yes, I think that those are the individual RAM model numbers, and then that's the actual model. So that's the CMY32GX3M4A1600C9. Really long, but that's the model number of this particular RAM set, and I think these are the individual RAMs, if I'm not mistaken. So high-speed Vengeance Pro DRAM is tuned for optimal overclocking on the latest Intel LGA 1150 and 1155 motherboards. It's specially screened for reliable, stable performance, backed by a limited lifetime warranty. Now, this is old, obviously, because DDR4 is the new thing, but because my computer is still using DDR3 RAM, and I'm not that ready to upgrade to a new build just because it was quite expensive for the time, and so I didn't want to, you know, spend huge amounts of money on buying a new computer. So at the moment, if you don't know, and I'll put these specs in the description below, so there'll be the specs for my computer. Basically, I've got an i7, I can't remember exactly how many gigahertz. i7, I've got currently 16 gigs of DDR3 RAM Vengeance, but now I'm getting 32 gig because I find that 16 just isn't enough for editing and the stuff that I want to do. Yeah, especially because I use the Adobe suite, and so that takes up a lot of RAM, and I can only use like one at a time. So for example, if I want to do Photoshop and Premiere and After Effects all at the same time, I can't do that, and so my computer just crashes. So Windows 10 has fixed those crashing issues. I don't know if you've noticed that. Yeah, if you run out of RAM, everything just freezes and you can't do anything, but I think they have fixed that now. But still, yeah, so that's that. I've recently upgraded my graphics card to a GTX 970, and that's the WindForce Overclock Edition, 4 gigabyte, and then I've got a lot of hard drives, and that's pretty much it. And like a motherboard, my motherboard is like a ASUS motherboard, but I'll put all that description down below so that you guys can find out what I'm using to edit, what I use as my daily workhorse PC. So yeah, I mean, let's just quickly get into it, and then we'll see what's in here. So, using my trusty Gerber GDC Everyday Tech Knife. I love it. It's just so smooth to open. So that's that. Nothing else inside. Oh, there is something inside. What else? A very small warranty against defects. Our goods come with guarantees that cannot be excluded under Australian consumer law. Yeah. Okay. So basically, if there's a defect, they have to replace it for you. And people, you might be saying, okay, well, when is a RAM ever defective? I have, in all the computers that I've built, I've probably built and bought parts for at least 6-7 computers. Of all the computers and stuff that I've built, I've had to change my RAM once. And so, yeah, it does happen because it was faulty and one of the sticks out of the pairs was faulty. So I will just, I'll just pick up one just because they're all the same. Yeah, and I'll just show you one of them. So this is one RAM stick, Vengeance, very nice. Don't know if you can get a focus on that, other way around. So it says Corsair Vengeance right there. Here you can see, so Corsair Vengeance Pro Series DDR3 32, so 4 times 8, it's 1600 megahertz, 99924. I don't remember what those are. 1.5 volts, versions 5.21, made in Taiwan, and that's the model number. So it's cool how they actually have that model number there, so in case anything, you can remember what that is. Corsair Vengeance on the actual thing itself, so that's cool. But obviously it doesn't glow. So nice heatsink. It's got the Corsair logo there. But yeah, the heatsink is pretty nice. Obviously better than just standard stock black RAM. So obviously I got the silver, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for this. So I'll be installing this into my computer straight away without delay, because I really want to get these 32 gigabytes in there and actually see what difference it makes. I might leave in the description by the time I edit and upload this video. I might leave in the description how much difference that speed actually makes to my setup. It's mainly for editing, so not really post editing, so as in like not the rendering times, because rendering times are always done by the CPU and your GPU, but in terms of like the actual editing, RAM does use up a lot, especially in After Effects, if you're doing a lot of After Effects work. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this unboxing. So I'll just quickly cut to me installing this into my PC so that you guys can see, even though it's pretty stock standard, just so that you guys can see it. So yeah, sorry, mind the dust ring here. I haven't had the time to clean it all that much. So I'm just gonna quickly do the RAM swap today. So I'll do a nice zoom in so you can see that. So this is my previous RAM. So the computer is off. But it still is transmitting power, but it's okay, I think. It should be fine. Okay, now I have to take this existing RAM off. Okay, so this was the previous RAM that I was having. It's still Vengeance, but it's obviously not the same. So I'll show you what these ones actually look a lot nicer. This is the new ones. These are the new ones. This is the old one. So this old one had like a larger, definitely a larger heatsink on top. This one, but obviously not as nice. And obviously, let's see how many, 1600 megahertz. So still pretty much the same. Let's see, get those specs in. 1600 megahertz, 999924, 1.5 volts. Obviously this is a high version. This is version 5.21. So yeah, we'll get both made in Taiwan, but we'll get these out and then we'll put all those in. So in terms of what I'll be doing with all of these, I'll probably be putting them in another computer, or selling them or something. Don't know. We'll see. So I'm just gonna give a quick spray can, so that just a quick one. Yep, so just that's nice and clean. Sorry if that killed your ears. And I'm guessing we'll just keep them in their pairs. So these two, we'll pair them up. So making sure that we're not forcing the stick in, but we're doing it nice and gently. Ooh. Until we hear the click. I can't, sorry, it's like a really awkward angle. I can't like show you guys at the same time as put the RAM in. It's a bit awkward angle. Maybe I'll do it from this side. Okay. And then this side as well. Yep. I usually install my RAM traditionally before I put my motherboard in the case, but because sorry, I'm trying to think. Yeah, but because obviously this is standing upright, I don't want to do that at the moment. I don't want to get my motherboard out. I've got to make sure that's lined up. Okay, I hope that's seems pretty secure. I'm always worried about putting RAM sticks in, but basically if you have to force it, you're doing it wrong. That's kind of like the philosophy of life. If you're forcing it, you're doing something wrong. So those RAM sticks are now nicely secured. Give you a closer look at that. Now I'll give you a side-on view of these RAMs installed. There you go. Nice Corsair Vengeance RAMs installed. I'll give you a brief tour. Motherboard, I've got a Corsair, oops, sorry. I've got a Corsair water cooling kit. I've got my WindForce GTX 970. I've got a bunch of hard drives. I got the Corsair AX 1200 PSU, and behind all of this is basically hard drives. That's pretty much it. Yeah, and then I've got like extra SATA ports because I've run out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're back, and by now I would have installed all that RAM into my PC, and yeah, just show you guys that process of taking out the old RAM, putting the new ones in. But yeah, that's something that you guys would have already done. So I hope you liked this video. Like it if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or any comments, and I'll try getting around to answering those for you as soon as I can. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.